I know a lot of times this year, Scott, it's been sort of up and down, but now he seems like he's been on a real solid uptick.
Yeah, I would say his last 4 or 5 games have been very, very solid. I would say the biggest word is trust. He's trusting his stuff, and that's sometimes, we preach that, and it doesn't always work. In this case, we're starting to see the results. So, I mean, very, very impressive. And he's been very good, and he's not doing the things he was doing when we first got him.
And it's one of those things I know you talked about as far as sometimes he's trying to throw too hard and
sure.
bowl.
That's the trust factor. He trusts the fact that what he's doing is good enough. And once you get that trust factor, it makes the game a heck of a lot easier to play. And he's getting it.
He was very efficient today, too, through 67 pitches.
That's part of the trust. He's not afraid to throw the ball over the plate. I mean, if there is no fear there. He understands that if he throws the ball, if he throws his good sinker over the plate, they're going to beat it into the ground. He's also understanding, because there have been some games where they've gotten a lot of base hits, that's going to happen too, but not very often, as long as you trust what you're dealing with.
With Sam, was the game plan to try and see if he could close out the game, or is that just the way it evolved?
He had to pitch. He was out there for 3 innings, 50 pitches. So the only thing left, I mean, what did Carroll throw? He threw 67 pitches. Shoot, he was in line to finish the ball game himself, but the big league guy obviously takes precedence. But it was 3 and 50, and he went 3 and 47.
So more about getting in.
He had to come in the 7th because he had to pitch 3 innings, and I certainly was not going to say, oh, I thought they were going to tie it and we were going to go extra innings.
And a good defensive play by Koza to end out the game.
Very nice. Sapelt made a nice catch. We had a lot of good plays. Griffin threw a leadoff guy out trying to stretch a single into a double. We had a lot of very good plays. Defense was good. Our offense, was okay. But you're just not going to go out there and live off your offense like we did there for a while. And our pitching really stepped up, pitched well tonight.
And Alonzo, anything new as far as?
Well, we're hoping he might be ready Monday.
Now, offensively, there were a couple of plays where you had guys that got cut on the base paths. Were there base running mistakes, or was it just great plays by the Mud Hens?
Just good plays by them, absolutely. Excellent base running, aggressive base running. That's what the Reds want. I patted them both on the rear end, said they made perfect plays, and that's going to happen. And there are certain rules you don't do in baseball as far as base running. Those were rules where we're gonna try to advance and try to move up. They were both good plays.
Okay, great. I was just wondering that.
Yep.
And by the way, I'm Matt Kesters with the News and Tribune.
Matt, how you doing?
Pretty good. How you doing?
You're with who?
The News and Tribune. We're the Southern Indiana Daily.
Oh, okay.
We just got done with our high school season, so finally I've
Cool.
got time to come down here
Very
and do
nice.
some games.
Welcome.
So.
All right, it's a good question. I mean, I appreciate. You know why I like questions like that? Because I hear fans that they get on players or me, but I don't care. But they get on people when they see something like that, and it's nice to educate them. And that's so it's a good question. It allows me to give you the answer that it was a good play. And obviously don't always have time to explain the whole thing, but we have a lot of rules in baseball that we follow, and that's part of our job is to teach those rules to our players.
Absolutely. Well, the way I see it is, I just asked the questions that I think the fans are probably wondering. So.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's why it's a good question.
Well, thanks a lot. Well, I look forward to seeing you a lot more this summer.
Sounds good.
Thanks
I'll be here.
Just impressions of LeCure tonight.
I thought Sam threw very well. I was very impressed with the fact that he gave up a leadoff double, and in a 1-run ball game, and absolutely was ready to get it done, and got 2 strikeouts I think in a weak ground ball. Very, very good inning. That was probably the best inning of the whole day, just from the fact that they had a leadoff double. He was just fresh out of the bullpen, and he was able to step it up like that.
Danny Dorn, great game tonight. He hits lower in the order, but is one of I believe he is the team leader in RBIs.
Team leader in RBIs.
Is he comfortable there? Or is that just where you want him to hit?
It's where he fits, I think, right now the best. He's moved around in various places, but we've got a guy like Hermida hitting third, who's leading the league, and Francisco's always hit 3, 4, 5. That's just where he's at. Right now, Dorney fits. I don't like to put too many lefties in a row when the other club has left-handed bullpen guys. So for me, it breaks it up nice. He can hit anywhere from third to 6, 7, and drive in runs.
Cristiani was warming up.
Sam was on his last guy or two. He might have faced one more guy after that.
Is he now your quote-unquote closer?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Yeah, he is.
Right.
He was from the day he got here.
And just how his impressions so far in his short stint here?
You know, he started out just outstanding, had 2 great games, and he struggled. And I have to compliment Teddy and Mac Jenkins, our pitching coordinator. I was very concerned because his velocity was way down, and he had a couple blown saves. And then, Teddy made a phone call. They looked at video through the internet and found some discrepancies. They set up a plan. They did a couple days in the bullpen with him and fixed him. And that's what a good organizations do. They find people. We didn't know him, so it was hard for us to figure out what was wrong because we'd never had him before. So Mac was a big help.